The Rat Trap, Book Flamingo, Chapter 4. The rat trap provides a glimpse into human nature. This story emphasizes the fact that everybody has an essential goodness deep inside which can be awakened through love and understanding. So, here the story highlights the fact that there is an essential goodness in every human being. At times, due to circumstances and situation, a person kills his conscience, but the same man, when bestowed with love and affection, exhibits a totally different side of his character. So, here the author, Selma Lagerlöf, 1858 to 1940, was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them, a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. So the story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, rich in iron ores, which figure large in the history and legends of that country. The story is told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. So, fairy tale, the transformation, the transition of a person's psychology from negativity to positivity. So, how the man has grown, what made him change his outlook towards the world. So, that is that in that terms we can say it is a fairy tale, definitely. So, once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. But even so, the business was not specially profitable, so he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. Even so, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. So here we can understand that this, the life of this rat trapper was miserable. He did not had shelter, food, clothing, comforts, and luxuries. So that's why he was, somehow managing his life. He was a vagabond, we can say, who had no home to live in and many times, no food to eat. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road left to his own meditations. But one day, this man had fallen into a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. He had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole next page number 33, world about him, the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages, was nothing but a big rat trap. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. It offered riches and joy, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as a rat trap offered cheese and pork as soon as anyone let himself to tempt to touch the bait. It closed it in on him, and then everything came to an end. So everything for him, it is like a bait, means a kind of temptation. So what happened? So this idea muses him and leaves him, the rat trapper, satisfied as he is deprived of all these things. Actually, the rat trapper was deprived of all the comfort and luxury, food, shelter, and other things in his life. So, he thought that those things are a baits only in his life, which is attracting him. So that means the world is filled with negativity. The world is filled with only riches and no love. He used to think that way. The world had, of course, never been very kind to him, so it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way. It became a cherished pastime of his during many daily ploddings to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare and of others who were still circling around the bait. So that means he used to think the world is a rat trap and we are just trapped in this vicious circle of these temptations. So what happened? So one day, what happened is, see, one dark evening as he was trudging along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. Nor was he refused. He was not refused, rather he was accepted by the stranger. Instead of the sore faces which ordinarily met him, the owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. Immediately he put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. Finally, he got out an old pack of cards and played modulus with his guest until bedtime. So that means this rat trapper, when he went to a stranger's cottage, he was greeted, he was given supper, he was given food, he was given shelter, he was given love, affection, amusement, everything. So first time he got such affection from anybody. The old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. The guest was informed at once that in his days of prosperity, his host had been a crofter at Ramjo's ironworks and had worked on the land. Now that he was no longer able to do day labor, it was his cow which supported him. Yes, that Boosie was extraordinary. She could give milk for the creamery every day, and last month he had received all of 30 kroner in payment. So that old man, in his past times, in his younger days, used to work as a crofter in the Ramjo's ironworks, and now as he has grown old, he cannot work. So he has a cow who is giving good amount of creamery every day. So last month he had earned 30 kroner. So the stranger must have seemed incredulous, for the old man got up and went to the window, took down a leather pouch which hung on a nail in the very window frame, and picked out 3 wrinkled 10 kroner bills. These he held up before the eyes of his guest, nodding knowingly, and then snuffed them back into the pouch. So he showed to the man his 30 kroners, and then he kept those kroners in the pouch which was hanging. So here the old man was really very much generous. He had given everything, and rather he had shared his all feelings also. He has shared how much money he has, how his condition and everything. So here we can draw a very much sharp contradiction between the peddler and the old man, or the crofter, we can say, that or old man is better. That old man was so generous, whereas whether the peddler will prove his loyalty or not, let's find it out. So what happened, the next day both men got up in good season. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow, and the other man probably thought he should not stay in bed when the head of the house had gotten up. They left the cottage at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. The man with the rat trap said goodbye and thank you, and thereupon each went his own way. So the next morning they both got up and they both went to their ways. But half an hour later, the rat trap peddler stood again before the door. He did not try to get in. However, he only went up to the window, smashed a pane, stuck in his hand, and got hold of the pouch with the 30 kroner. He took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. So, half an hour later, the peddler came back again, and he had stolen those 30 kroners and kept the pouch very much perfectly. So he has not proved his loyalty to the old man. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. He thought that he is very smart. He realized, of course, that at first he dare not continue on the public highway, but must turn off the road into the woods. So he thought that he'll not take highway, rather he'll take the shortcut. During the first hours, this caused him no difficulty. Later in the day, it became worse, for it was a big and confusing forest which he had gotten into. He tried to be sure to walk in a definite direction, but the paths twisted back and forth so strangely. He walked and walked without coming to the end of the wood, and finally he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. All at once, he recalled his thoughts about the world and the rat trap. So, when he was lost in the forest and he was just circling and circling in the forest, he thought again. The same thought came into his mind that the whole world is a rat trap and he has been trapped. He has been trapped due to his what? That mischievous activity. He has been trapped in the forest. Now his own turn had come. He had let himself be fooled by a bait and had been caught. So as he was attracted towards a corner, and that means he is also tempted and he has also been trapped by the bait. He thought like that. The whole forest, with its trunks and branches, its thickets and fallen logs, closed in upon him like an impenetrable prison from which he could not never escape. So now he thought that he had fallen into a trap. Then he realized, that he is probably walking, because he was walking around the same spot. So it reminded it of the rat trap, and he felt that the dark forest with its trees and trunks and branches is like a trap. It's a rat trap in which he has been caught. So having been lured by the 30 kroner that he had stolen.